Welcome, everyone, to the 4K Lowdown presents Sesame Street Top 10. This is episode 10, bro,
Oh, it is
of,
already?
of our top 10, of our
Maybe
Sesame
it's
Street
got
top 10.
shitty letters.
Yeah, we've got we're on the last two letters of the alphabet for some reason, even though we're not even halfway done. Anyway, I am your host, David Lowe. Alongside me is my co-host,
Rich, aka TurnerFan77.
All right, Rich. How you doing, brother?
I'm doing good, man. How you doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. Yeah, this was an interesting list. So we're doing our favorite movies beginning with Y and Z. And as all of you guys know, we do a draft beforehand. If you don't know, now you do. We do a draft beforehand where we alternate who gets to pick first, and we draft our favorite movies. We draft 6 and then 2 alternates in case we don't get to watch all of them. Then we score them, do our things in advance, and then see which one comes out on top.
But there was no alternates with this one.
No, there was no alternates with this one. We're doing Y and Z, so it's like, yeah, I don't think we're gonna do any alternates. But it was interesting. I know, it was kind of like, we haven't done this in a while. We actually stopped doing the top 10 for a little bit because we started doing by the numbers every week. And by the numbers,
check out on Monday nights.
Yeah, definitely check it out Monday nights, 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Central, 10 Eastern. And there's my daughter. What's up, baby? Thank you so much. Yep, Zombieland. I have to say that's probably definitely on our list.
Maybe twice.
Maybe twice. But okay, so what'd you think about the draft? What did you think about when we were picking these movies?
It went faster than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
Because when we did the X, it was the X's, right? And what did we do with X?
We did X and Q.
Yeah. That took a bit.
That took a bit because it was like I picked what you wanted, and then you picked what I wanted, and then when we were getting down to our last picks, we were like, we just got to find anything that starts.
Right. And this one went surprisingly fast, and maybe 20 minutes, if that.
I think we were. Yeah, I think we were on the ball really fast, and we started picking our movies. And maybe our last two were a little bit harder, but we were kind of like, this is what we got.
Yeah.
So we just picked one, and I don't know. So we've got I think we're got a couple of groaners, I got to say, and then.
I take full responsibility for one of them, and when we get to it, I will apologize.
Yeah, and I know, and one of them was mine too, and I still love it. It's not a good movie. It isn't. It's just I just enjoy it. Right. So that's why it ended up on my list. But yeah,
and one of my movies I thought I enjoyed still.
Yeah.
Come to find out, no.
Yeah. One of your movies I thought I hadn't seen until I started watching it. And then I was like, oh yeah, I saw this. This must be one of those traumatic experiences that I blocked out.
Yeah. I like that movie. I do.
I did not like it. I was like, oh man, I really don't like this movie. And I love the cast. But the movie did not work for me.
We'll get to that.
We'll get to that one too. It's gonna be an interesting talk. So,
hey, before we get started, man, I need your help again. Just driving on the way to work, and I was looking for a good movie podcast. Any suggestions?
Oh man, if you go on Spotify, the 4K Lowdown is on Spotify, so that's the way to go. You can go to on Spotify, iHeartRadio, or Amazon Music. 4K Lowdown is on there all the time. All of our lives, some of the recorded stuff ends up on Spotify. And that's thanks to Anchor. Anchor actually takes the audio portion of this live stream and puts it on Spotify, iHeartRadio, and Amazon Music for us. So, yeah, definitely. And if you guys are listening out there or watching us, check that out. Go to Spotify.
Please do.
Check out the 4K Lowdown. Give us a follow, and you'll get all this great content that we've done.
Two faces that were made for radio.
Yeah. Face for radio. So you won't have to look at us. All you have to do is hear us in the car on your way to work. And, you know.
Yeah. Go give us a like, subscribe, listen.
Yeah. That's awesome. But yeah, I'd also like to thank StreamYard, because StreamYard actually takes our live stream and puts it out there on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter live. So we're live on all three platforms, which is pretty awesome. And I left us in this format. Usually we're close up. Usually we're like this.
Yeah, not tonight.
Not tonight. We'll hang back. We'll keep with the face for radio. And you get to see my living room a little bit.
Yeah.
So, all right, let's just get our ones out of the way. So, like I said, we draft 6 each, and then the lowest 2 scores are eliminated, leaving the final 10 to be in the countdown. So, what should come in last place? What do you think, bro? What came in last place?
For me, my pick would either be, I gotta go to it, that Zathra, A Space Adventure, or Zack and Mary Make a Porno. Those are my 2 picks to finish last.
Okay. Well, you're pretty much right on the money there, brother, because our lowest score and the first one eliminated tonight is Zathura, A Space Adventure. So
I hated this movie.
Yeah, it seemed like you hated this movie. You really shit on it when you gave me your scores. I was like, oh man, you really did not like this movie.
See, I can't believe Jon Favreau made this movie.
Right. He directs this. This is from a spinoff, or I guess it's a sequel, but not quite. It's kind of like Jumanji.
Yeah.
Where it's the same type of thing.
I thought, this is Jumanji, but terrible.
Yeah. And sci-fi Jumanji. And this is the one where I like watching it. I still have fun with it, but it's not a good movie. It's just, it's not well done. It's really not well acted.
How did he get Iron Man after this?
I don't know.
I was like, oh, I mean, I'm glad he got Iron Man, but hopefully they had to not watch this. The people that gave him the job.
Really, it wasn't a great movie, but I enjoy the cast. Yeah. So, because you get Tim Robbins, you get Josh Hutcherson, Kristen Stewart, Dax Shepard, young Josh Hutcherson, and young Kristen Stewart. Before her issues with Twilight and all that.
Well, she's turned into a good actress. I don't mind.
She's definitely gotten better. I really liked her in Underwater.
Me too.
Yeah. So, and I liked her in the new Charlie's Angels, even though that wasn't really that good.
Right.
I liked her character. It was fine. Like I said, it's no better or worse really than the first 2.
I agree with that.
But I just, I find the cast in the first one's more attractive than this one. But that's neither here nor there, because it's Lucy Liu, and that's, she's my favorite. But yeah, I didn't mind this one. I didn't, it's the same thing. The story's not very good. It's not, not very well done. The script's not very good, and that's what you kind of get here. The script is not really good. The acting's not really good. So, I'm going to try to find your highest score. And that was the cast, on this one for you.
It was an 8.
It was an 8. That was the highest. That was the highest score you gave it. And which I also gave an 8. Now I did have a couple of 7s petered around in there, and I also gave an 8 for the wild card as a sci-fi comedy. I gave it an 8 as well for the time period. It's from 2005, and but it really didn't make its money back. The budget on it was $65 million, and it made 58.5 million in the box office. So
Well, I don't know how.
I don't know how either. Must have been desperate. But anyway, if you guys want to watch it, it's available on Netflix with subscription.
That's where I watched it. I'm glad I didn't pay for it.
Yeah, I own it on DVD, but that's because I'm a sick bastard apparently. So so as far as scores go, which is interesting, IMDb gave this a 6.2, which is, I mean, unusually high compared to what you gave it.
Yeah.
And then Rotten Tomatoes critics score 76%.
What?
With 161 reviews, 51% audience score with over 250,000 ratings.
But again, what's our motto? All film is subjective.
All films are subjective.
Yeah.
So I'm just going to come right out and say it. You gave this movie a 48.
Oof. Yeah. I did not like this movie.
Got to be one of your low. I mean, aside from Valentine, I think this was your lowest score.
Yeah, I think so too.
I think you gave Valentine a 44. I think that's the lowest score we've ever done on the show was Valentine.
Yeah.
But this almost takes the taco for the lowest scored movie on the show. And Tony's joined in.
What's up, Tony? How you doing, man?
Thank you so much for jumping in. We are bashing on Zathura. Well, Rich is bashing on Zathura. I actually enjoyed it. It's not a good movie. I enjoyed it. I actually gave it a 66. So we're almost 20 points different here.
Yeah.
But it's kind of I don't know if it's a nostalgia thing for me.
It might be.
Tony, you haven't seen it. It's probably not worth it. But I mean, it's from the makers of Jumanji. Jon Favreau directs it. It's got a good cast. But yeah, Rich put it right in the toilet and flushed it. I put it back on my shelf, but it's the first time I watched it. My daughter was 10, my kids were 12 and 13, and they loved it. They thought it was amazing. So I think part of it is the nostalgia of when I watched it the first time, and I still have that memory. So I can acknowledge how bad the movie is. Yeah. It's bad.
But you said you have that memory.
Yeah, but I still
think about movies.
Yeah, I have that thing about movies.
No, that's the power of movies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like there's a moment in time with your daughter that you'll always hold on to when you saw that with her. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's another reason why I love movies.
Yeah. That's another reason why I collect is because of the memories. I mean, recently, because we talked about it on the Lowdown Awards when I nominated Raiders of the Lost Ark as my legacy pick of the year, because putting that 4K in my player with the Atmos speakers and everything in my room, it was like being in the theater again for the first time and watching it. And that experience, because I was 11 when that movie first came out. And so getting that memory again, I could smell the popcorn. It was like that. It was just, oh man, it was just an amazing experience. Yeah. See, definitely nostalgic. So Kaylee saw it in the drive-in. Yeah. And then she was little too. She was probably 12, I think, when you saw it. 12, maybe 13. But oh my goodness, yeah. But yeah, no, it's a horrible movie. Man, there's movies that are like that where they're horrible, but I still love watching it. You have Clerks and I have Zathura.
Yeah, and that's a good one. Yeah, that's a great comparison because a lot of people don't like Clerks.
Yeah, Clerks is a really love or hate thing, and I'm on the hate. I don't like Clerks at all, but I acknowledge that was good. That damn ending really kind of did it for me. But you know, Jumanji, I loved. Zathura, I like,
No.
but it's more about the experience. You're like, no, you don't like it, Dave. You don't. You need to quit while you're behind. And I understand. That's fine. So taking our number 12 spot and the first one eliminated from our countdown is Zathura, a space adventure from 2005.
Yeah.
So as expected, and you're like I said, you were totally on the right track. Coming in at number 11 and also being eliminated from the countdown is Zach and Miri Make a Porno.
Yeah.
All I've got to say is oof. That's
Anybody knows me knows I love Kevin Smith. So anytime I can put a Kevin Smith movie in our countdown, I'm gonna do it. Just in case Dave hasn't seen it, because he's not a big Kevin Smith fan.
I'm not, but I didn't know this was Kevin Smith. It really surprised me. I was like, "Holy crap! I have seen this. This is an actual Kevin Smith movie that I watched all the way through."
But what year did this come out?
This particular movie came out in 2008.
Okay, I was. Oh shit! You're the math guy. How many years ago is that?
Well, considering where we're at net, so what? 15 years?
Okay, 50. I was 30.
Yeah,
when this came out. Okay,
yeah,
45. This movie is terrible. I apologize for picking it for you to watch. I remember enjoying this movie when I seen it. I popped this movie in, and my age hit me like a car running into a brick wall. I was like, this is the most stupidest thing ever.
Yep.
Acting was terrible. It's just straight up dumb.
Yeah.
When I told him I was good, I bought this movie used in the case. It was all jacked up.
Yeah.
And I was going to upgrade, just buy a brand new copy. No.
Nah.
This movie sucks.
Yeah. It was so funny because I was actually going to pick this. I had this in my draft list. I mean, it was probably like 8 or 9 on my list. But I was like, you drafted it, and I was like, oh, cool. I haven't seen it in a long time. And I remember my 5-year-old brain really liking this movie.
Yeah.
And thought it was hilarious. And I go and watch it again, and I'm like, what is this shit? What are we watching? And I'm like, I don't remember. I thought, I just remember it being funny. Yeah. And it just wasn't. It was, oh my goodness. But yeah, it's just our tastes have changed over the years. And it's just, this is definitely a 20s to lower 30s comedy. Yeah.
When Justin Long is like nails on a chalkboard.
Oh my God, he is so bad in this movie.
Yeah.
I absolutely hate Seth Rogen. I am not a Seth Rogen.
I'm not a fan of Seth Rogen either.
But I thought this was like, but aside from 50-50, I thought this was one that I liked.
And he's good at Fablesman. We talked about how he was.
Yeah. And Tony hasn't seen this one either. Well, you don't have to now. We've bitten that bullet for you. You don't have to watch it if you don't want to. But I will tell you, there's something that my 5-year-old brain still acknowledges with comedies, and that is the poo scene. So when there's I call it the poo scene, and you guys know where I'm going with this, especially my daughter, because the poo scene is when something happens. Either there's a diarrhea scene, or somebody farts, or somebody poops on camera, or like in Van Wilder when the dude poops in the trash can. I don't know why, but my 5-year-old brain comes out and laughs its ass off. It thinks it's funny. And that was the only part that I laughed in.
I don't remember laughing.
I was just like,
any of this.
I was just like, she frosted me like a cake. That's where I was dying. I was laughing. Yeah. And there's my daughter, the poo scene. So And I have like a list of movies I like solely for their poo scene. And it's,
Dave, that's weird.
I'm sorry. It's, and you knew I was a sick bastard.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just being honest. National Lampoon's Van Wilder, Hall Pass, Nutty Professor, things like that, where there's just like,
oh, you love the opening scene of Babylon, man.
Oh, well, cool. I can't wait. So, and Zach and Miri was on that list. I think. The Other Woman with Cameron Diaz.
Yeah,
and
that's actually a good movie.
Leslie Bibb. I enjoyed that. Steve Moyer.
I like that movie.
But there's a great poo scene in there. So anyway, I'm off on a tangent talking about poo. Anyway, I'm sorry. That is the only saving grace for me for this movie is that I had to fight, turning this thing off just so I could get to that poo scene. And then after that poo scene was over, I was like, I'm done. I don't need to watch anymore. And I realized I was like, holy shit, it's Kevin Smith. And then holy shit, that's one of the dudes from Clerks that was operating the camera.
Yeah.
It all came full circle to me, and I said, no wonder I don't like this movie. But yeah, this was a groaner for sure.
Mm-hmm.
So,
and I apologize.
That's okay. Like I said, we have both made mistakes, brother. It's because I've been like, oh man, I can't wait to watch this movie. So I pick it and then we watch it. I was like, what the hell did you make me watch, Dave? I don't know, bro. I feel really bad. So it's from, like I said, it was 2008. The budget on it was 24 million. It made 36.8 million in the box office. IMDb gave this a 6.5 with 179,000 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 65% with 199 reviews. 66% audience score with over 100,000 reviews. Where are you? There you are. You gave this a 62 and I gave it a 60 for a total score of 61.
Yeah.
So Zach and Miri Porno takes number 11 on our countdown, does not make the top 10. So it is eliminated. Thank goodness.
This ranks right up there with Younger Hosers, in my opinion, of the Kevin Smith movies.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a Kevin Smith movie either, but I have a zombie movie called Attack of the Herbals, which is a zombie movie where tea actually caused people to change into zombies. And I would watch that before I watch this again.
I think me too, and I haven't seen it.
Yeah. That sounds pretty cool, bro. It's not good at all. It is so bad. But you know me, I try to find crazy sick shit wherever I can. I do. And speaking of doo-doo, let's go into number 10. So just barely squeaking into our countdown. Coming in at number 10 is You're Next.
I thought I liked this when I first seen it.
I did too. I liked it when I first saw it. And
yeah,
I still liked it, but after the first time, I was like, I don't know. I was bored.
Yeah.
Because I kind of knew what was going on. When I didn't know what was going to happen, I was more interested in it. But the second time, I was just kind of going through the motions with it.
And the acting's not very good.
The acting's not very good. And I did enjoy some of the kills.
I agree.
So it's still kind of, it has some pretty good horror marks for genre, but as we're scoring it as something that's for all audiences, it's not very far up there. I mean, it really just barely beat Zack and Miri.
Yeah.
Score wise. But yeah, what'd you think of this?
Like I said, I liked it the first time I seen it.
There's the train.
Yeah. But this, like you said, is boring. The acting was terrible. And these type of horror movies, you don't expect top notch.
I don't expect Oscar worthy.
Give me some effort.
Make the scream sound real.
Yeah. I was like, no.
Right? It was like, and I was like, really? I could do better than that.
The premise of this movie was great.
Yes.
The trailer for this was great. I liked the trailer. Story, like I said, I like that. Outside of that, that's all there really is.
But yeah, the acting was groaner. Some of the cinematography was really dark. Mm-hmm. And I know what they were trying to do, but it really made it tough to watch at points. And I guess if we watch it at night, it's better.
Yeah, because you don't got the glare.
You don't got the glare, but I was trying to watch it during the day and I was having all kinds of problems because it was really dark all the way through.
Yeah, I probably will never watch this movie again.
Yeah, I know. I was actually thinking of upgrading this, but I'm just gonna stick with the DVD. I'm just fine with that.
I definitely wouldn't upgrade. I think Ready or Not did this movie better because this is kind of the same concept a little bit.
I enjoyed Ready or Not. Ready or Not had some comedy in it, and it was super gory at the end.
Mm-hmm.
I dug that. I dug the heck out of that at the end. It was exactly what I had hoped. I was like, dude, I hope this happens. And sure as shit, at that, I was like, yes. I was almost a poo scene for me. But yeah, I don't know. So yes, we already talked about kind of what we liked.
Yeah.
As far as the scores, I mean, this is one where the cast really need not apply here. The cast, we didn't recognize. You gave it a 2, I gave it a 3. So we were just like, okay. But yeah, this was one of my favorite trailers. So I actually gave the plot a 10 and you went 8. And then I gave, a wild card for a horror movie. I gave it an 8. I thought it was pretty decent. Your 8 came in the story where you liked the story a little bit more than me. You gave it an 8, I gave it a 7. But yeah, this is one where I don't want to know the cast.
It makes it better. We've talked about this.
It makes it better, especially for horror movies. You don't it doesn't take away from the movie. And so that was pretty cool. But I looked at the thing, but oddly enough, okay, so this only had a $1 million budget and it's from 2013. It made 26.8 million in the box office, 4.7 million in video sales.
So it made money.
It made its money, especially for a $1 million budget.
Well,
IMDb gave this a 6.6 with 102,000 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 79% with 162 reviews. 60% audience score with 25,000 plus ratings. You gave this a 57.
Yeah.
So you actually gave this a lower score than Zack and Miri.
It was a different type of movie.
Different type of movie. So you went 57 and you went 62 for Zack and Miri.
Mm-hmm.
I went 67 for your next because I gave it more props as a horror movie. And I went 60 for Zack and Miri, which is why your next gets a total score of 62. It just barely, it would have been number 11 had the average score not been 1 point higher.
Yeah. I mean,
but that's why we do this together. So your score and my score, and we average it out. So even though we both kind of felt the same about Zach and Miri, our difference of opinion on your next made that kind of just slip right into the 10 spot.
I mean, both those movies I never need to see again.
All three of those bottom three, I'm like, yeah, no, I'm good.
Will I get rid of my Zach and Miri Blu-ray? No, because I need it for my completionist.
You need it for your Kevin Smith collection.
Like I will never get rid of Yoga Hosers. That shit is terrible.
I'll never get rid of my Your Next DVD, but I'm not upgrading it. I'm totally fine without it. All right, so let's pop into number 9. Number 9 in our countdown.
Young Guns.
Yep.
Ooh.
You're batting 1,000 so far, brother. So, and this was another one where I was like, oh, I
almost really bought this because I don't own it.
Oh, I do own it. And Harrison jumped in. What's up, Harrison?
What's up, Harrison?
Thank you so much. Thank you. He likes the new layout. Yeah, we decided to go with a far shot because we ugly. So we're gonna hang back, and we're enjoying it. We're sitting in my living room, and we're talking about movies. And I think that because that's what I do anyway. So
yeah,
I think it's great to have Rich over as company because and by the way, if you ever come to California, you are absolutely invited to my house.
Oh, I would love to come hang out. That'd be fun. It really would.
It just set it up, movies, watch some stuff, do a live stream right there.
Oh, that'd be freaking fun. That'd be a blast.
Yeah.
Really,
because my podcast setup is for 2. So
awesome.
So yeah, and I can handle up to 4. So if we get get Nate and Alex in with their microphone and headset set up, awesome. We'll have all 4 of them, and we'll be all here.
Yeah,
that'd be awesome. But thanks, Harrison. I really appreciate you commenting on the layout. So yeah, we're at number 9 on our countdown. This is our top 10 movies beginning with the letters Y or Z. And Young Guns came up. This was my pick.
I struggled with it too.
What's that?
I struggled with this one too.
It did seem that you struggled. You're not much of a Western fan anyway. So I wasn't too surprised by this. I mean, because you picked Tombstone for yours and you still gave it a 76.
Right.
So I did not expect a great score from you on this. But yeah, it didn't really do it very well for me either, because I was like, I mean, I love this movie when it first came out. This was like Kiefer Sutherland, Charlie Sheen, Lou Diamond Phillips, Emilio Estevez, Dermot Mulroney. What a freaking cast for this.
This says right there on the poster. I mean, look at it. I
mean, and Casey, whatever his name is. I did that from memory. I wasn't even looking at the poster, but yeah. But yeah, it's just I thought I love the whole team dynamic.
Me too.
With Westerns or action movies like Navy SEALs or A-Team or Red or The Losers or something like that, where I like a team dynamic instead of just a one-man army type of thing. So, and Emilio Estevez is Billy the Kid, and I really like that whole thing. Coming back to it though, it's kind of dated.
It's very much dated.
It's dated pretty. I mean, I still liked it, but I was like, wow, there's some stuff where I like that really deserves to be back in the 80s, because this is from 1988, I believe.
Oh, I thought it was like 1990. My bad.
Yeah, I'm thinking it was 88.
Maybe it's the Young Guns 2. That's 90.
Young Guns 2 is 90. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Guns. The first Young Guns is 88.
Oh, the acting for me, it was cringing. It was like, oh man, because all these guys can act. That's the problem. The thing, they're all could have great performances. But this script, I don't know what it was. I don't know if they're trying to outdo one another. It just did not work.
They were definitely trying to do that.
Lou Diamond Phillips was terrible in this.
Yeah, no, I agree with that. But you know, he's Filipino and Irish,
Yeah.
basically the same nationality of my kids, and he's playing a Native American.
Yeah.
With a Mexican last name.
Mm-hmm.
And you're expecting him to do well. He can't do a Mexican accent. I'm sorry.
No.
But yeah, Tony approves. But yeah, I remember really loving this movie when it first came out. And I still scored the acting based on 80s because it's really 80s acting. It's not, the acting now in Westerns is so much better.
Oh yeah.
And there's one movie that comes to mind. It's called The Proposition with Guy Pearce. Really well done. I think it's Australian, if I remember correctly, but it's a Western, and it is really good. So if you get a chance to see it, bro, it's called The Proposition. It's an excellent movie. But I like the team dynamic, and I still enjoyed this. Joining us is Steve. What's up, Steve? Thank you so much. Young Guns on 4K. That'd be fun. I wouldn't mind seeing that remastered.
Did they announce that?
I don't know if they announced it or not.
I thought they did.
I would think so.
I thought they did.
I mean, this year would be what? The 35th anniversary? So it makes sense.
Yeah, I don't see it.
I don't see anything pre-order available.
Yeah.
Okay. Coming soon to 4K, Young Guns and Young Guns 2. I found a little something on Twitter about it.
Yeah, because I can't find them looking.
But I don't have a date. So brand new 4K Super Dolby Special Edition of Guns 1 and 2 with extras in the works. Secrets will be revealed. That's from Dawn of the Discs on Twitter.
Yeah.
So there's no date yet, but there is an announcement. And there's Evan. What's up, Evan? Don't get me started on the history of casting non-natives actors as natives. Unless you want a whole history lesson. That's okay, Evan. I get it.
Yeah.
I think, asked and answered. We made our point. Let's move on. Tony loves The Proposition. Young Guns is a movie of its era and not the best acting, but a fun film. Yes. Okay.
I've never seen that Proposition.
It's really good. I just blind bought it because I like Guy Pearce.
Right.
And I was like, wow, what a great movie. All right. So Young Guns, of course, we're both, cast, we're both at a 10.
Mm-hmm.
So your highlight was cinematography.
Yeah.
You gave it at an 8.
Yeah.
My highlight was the ending. I gave that an 8. You gave it a 5, but I for some reason liked it a lot better. And then I also gave an 8 to the wild card as a Western.
I gave it a 7.
You gave it a 7. That's not bad. I gave it an 8. Everything else is pretty, mid-range, 6s and 7s, couple of 5s. Nothing as bad as Zathura. I mean, pretty average scores. If you take it,
I just had this in my watch list in Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
I think I seen it for $10. And when you picked it, I said, "Oh, okay. I'm glad you picked it." So it saved me $10. I don't need it in my collection,
Yeah. Yeah.
but that's
Does
just me.
definitely have a doesn't necessarily have a vibe to it. So yeah, so the budget on it in 1988 was 13 million. It made 44.7 million in the box office. So that was good. It made all its
How
money back,
much?
which is why they ended up doing a sequel. So um
How much was it?
the budget or how much they make?
How much it make?
Made 44.7 million.
And that's 88 money.
Yeah, it's 88 money.
Yeah, so that's pretty good.
Um I did a little bit of a calculation on that, and that for accounting for inflation and everything, that's around 100 million for our time.
Yeah.
So IMDb gave this a 6.8, 64,000 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 42%. This is the first turd from Rotten Tomatoes. 38 reviews, 76% audience score, 50,000 plus ratings. You gave it a 64 and I gave it a 70. So total average score of 67.
Yeah. Even though I'm not a fan of this
And
movie.
there's
Hey,
Mika.
what's up,
Mika,
Mika?
thank you so much for joining us.
Hey, good job on Dells, by the way. I caught the
Yeah.
very end. Sorry I was late.
Yeah.
But yeah, good job.
Yeah. Great job.
I tried to score this as subjective as I could.
And that's what we want.
Yeah.
We're scoring based on the quality of film, not by how much we like it.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, speaking of not liking a movie, let's go to our number 8 film, which was Young Adult. And after some choice, colorful words as to why you made me watch this movie,
I like this movie.
I do not like this movie at all. But it's so funny, and I said that this movie reminds me of potato salad because
You did.
it has it has all the cast that I like. I love Charlize Theron. I like Patton Oswalt. Somebody else in this movie that just completely drew a blank. That I really like. Patrick Wilson.
Yeah.
The dude from the Conjuring series.
Yeah.
I like him. I really like him.
He's a very underrated actor. He gives good performances almost everything he does.
Yeah. Didn't he do Hard Candy?
I don't know. I don't remember Hard Candy.
That was now Elliot Page. But,
oh yes, I know that movie you're talking about now. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, I've seen it, but I think Patrick Wilson is in there. She tortures him. He's the other half of that coin, and I liked him in that too.
He's just a fantastic. I mean, an underappreciated actor.
Yeah. Evans, a Young Adult was such a disappointment for me. Saw the twist a mile away. See, and yeah, no problem. I wish I could catch your live stream. So Mika and her twin sister, they have a live stream coming up next Friday, the 3rd, at 8 p.m. Eastern time, where they're going to do a Q&A session. And I would so love to pick your guys' brain, but I have a live stream of my own.
Mm-hmm. The 3rd?
Yeah, the 3rd. So it's next Friday.
I'll pop in for us. And
yeah, pop in for us, and because I wanted to talk. They're tea fanatics just like I am, and they also love horror movies like I do. So I really wanted to talk horror movies and tea with them. But yeah, unfortunately, I will be recording for Spirits with Spirits on Scare Network TV, and then doing a live stream for that. So
I'll tell you what, her and Dell had a great chemistry on screen. It was really good.
Yeah. No, I like Dell. I can't wait to work with him live.
I
We
would love to get
almost
Del.
had it on Mega Mike the Movie Man's, and it just didn't happen.
We have to figure
Um,
something out to get him on here.
yeah. But yeah, no, it was really interesting, Mika, and that brings me to my story that I was going to talk about with young adult is I didn't remember watching this. I didn't remember seeing this before until I put it in the play. I put it in and I started watching it, and I'm like, oh shit, I have seen this, and then I remembered how much I didn't like this movie, and I was, and I'm like, I must have blocked it out, like a traumatic experience that you block out of memory. But as soon as the trailer started playing, as soon as I watched the trailer, I was like, oh God, I remember this movie. And I'm watching it and I'm just groaning. And I was just like, oh my God, I could not stand this movie. But like I said, like potato salad, it's got all the ingredients that I like, but mix it together and it tastes like crap. So I don't like potato salad. I didn't like this movie, even though I should, based on the cast. And it just did not work for me at all.
See, on the other side of that coin, I can't stand Patton Oswalt. I do not like him as a person.
I'm not a Patton Oswalt fan either.
But I loved him in this. It's so weird. I liked him. I really liked him in this.
Yeah. Yeah. The only thing I liked Patton Oswalt in was The Secret Life of Walter Mitty. That was the only time I liked Patton Oswalt. And that's because he was mainly on the phone.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of his at all. But
I don't think he's a very good comedian either. I don't like him as a stand-up
funny.
comedian. He's not funny. He's kind of irritating.
Yeah.
Looked at the cast for this movie: nipple confusion, guitarist, and bassist. What the heck?
I think this is I like this movie. I don't know why. I just do. I watch it maybe once a year, once every 2 years, maybe. I don't know. She's a train wreck. He's a train wreck. I don't know. Just something about this movie I like. I think Charlize Theron does a great job as being this horrible person that she is.
Yeah, and I think, she does. But yeah, she is absolutely a horrible person in this.
Mm-hmm.
And and that I think they're all horrible people in this. And it's just like,
absolutely right.
I was just like, oh man, I don't want to watch these people. I am not invested in these characters at all. I don't care about Charlize Theron's character. I didn't care about Patton Oswalt's character. I didn't care about Pat. I was like, but I like all three. I like those two in general. I know Patton Oswalt, so I know what I'm going to get with him.
Mm-hmm.
But I love Charlize Theron. I like Patrick Wilson. I was really hoping. I did not get the chemistry between them. And it was just, I don't know. It just did not work for me. But anyway, so looking at our scores, you actually threw a 9 on the acting score for this.
Yeah.
And I think that's justifiable. I went 7. And then I went 8 for cast because there were a couple other people that I recognized. You also went 8 for story, and you went 8 for music. What was it about the music that you liked?
I don't know. It was like when he's in his garage building. What was he building? I forget. They just had that music playing, and I liked it. And you know how picky I am.
Yeah.
About soundtracks and stuff. I don't know. I liked it.
Yeah. It's hard to be invested in the characters in this film. Yeah. That was my problem. I just was not invested. Didn't care about them. Let's see. I wasn't anything higher than a 7, 7 for acting, 7 for ending, 7 for story, 7 for script, 7 for music. I like the music too. 7 for the wild card. I labeled it as a comedy. We both gave it a 7.
Mm-hmm. I didn't think this movie was very funny.
No, I don't think it was very funny too. I couldn't categorize it as anything else. It's a dramedy. It's kind of it's funny, but in a self-deprecating way.
Yeah.
That's kind of how I want to put it. It's like, oh, you're funny because you're a horrible person. It makes me feel better about myself. That's kind of where I was.
Yeah.
And I don't know. So
will I watch this movie again? Probably. Maybe in a year, 2 years.
I won't. I am so glad I don't have this in my collection. But I remember watching this when I was working at the video shop here in town. I watched it to see how many copies we were going to get, and I think I ended up getting 2 copies of it. But so the budget on this thing, this is from 2011. The budget on this thing was $12 million. It made $22.7 million in the box office and $4.1 million in video sales.
I think this had a very limited release. Because did she get nominated for an Oscar for this?
I don't think so. God, I hope not. No.
Okay.
There was nope. I don't see anything. The Central Ohio Film Critics Association nominated her for Best Actress.
I don't know why I figured she got nominated for something for this. I might be thinking of another film.
She was nominated and won for Monster.
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
That was amazing.
That's an amazing movie.
That movie, she was so good in that.
The transformation.
I know what I'm buying for David's birthday. You bastard.
That's awesome.
Well, it would be true. It's not in my collection, and most people do not buy me movies because they know I probably already have it. But yeah, no, gift card, please. But and I promise you, I will. Think about you when I don't buy a young adult. Anyway, so IMDb actually gave this a 6.3 with 85,000 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 80% with 198 reviews. Audience score 49% with 25,000 plus ratings. I get it too.
I get it.
Because I don't know. So you gave this a 72. I gave it a 66. So our total average score is 69.
Yeah. That's about right. I mean,
I'm not broken up, but considering the scores and where we're at, I think we're right there. I think we're right on the money there.
Yeah. I agree with you 110%.
And considering the fact that I didn't like it and I still gave it a 66, I'm not too disappointed there. It was what it was. Will I watch it again? No. But now that I have that memory of watching it the first time, I'm like, oh, okay. Now I understand why I blocked it out, because I was just like, groaning. But yeah, it's got all the ingredients. I should like the movie, but I didn't, and it's just weird.
Okay.
Yeah, but like you said, all movies are subjective. It's not, and I should like potato salad. I love all the ingredients in potato salad, but I can't stand potato salad.
That's just un-American. That's all I'm saying.
And I know it's awful. My brother calls me a communist because I don't like potato salad or watermelon, and or coffee. I don't like coffee either.
I get the coffee. I get the coffee.
He's like, you communist. You probably don't like watermelon. I says, no, I don't like watermelon. He goes, called me a communist, and I was like,
how the hell do you not like watermelon?
I can't stand watermelon. It does not appeal to me at all. I way prefer cantaloupe to watermelon. I like cantaloupe. I like honeydew. I do not like watermelon.
I don't even know what to think of
I'm going to rewatch to see if I feel the same. Please do. Let us know what you
Yeah,
thought.
let us know.
Because I felt the same. Your brother is right. All right, we're going to say goodbye to Harrison. But okay, so let's move on. We're at number 8, I think. 12, 11, 10, 9. Oh, 8, 7. We're at 7. So, because young adult was 8. See, I was already trying to block it out. So coming in at number 7
Zootopia.
What was that?
Zootopia?
No.
Oh.
You Only Live Twice.
Oh, yeah.
So
Yeah.
Sean Connery is James Bond. If I remember correctly, this is from 1967.
Mm-hmm. I watched this early in January. And I'd never seen it.
Because you were doing your whole collection, and of course, 007 comes first.
Mm-hmm.
So this is another one where I only have it on DVD, and I was like, why don't I have the upgraded version of this? And I was like, oh, okay. But yeah, I didn't need to upgrade. I still liked it. I enjoyed watching it.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
Yeah.
And I see why James Bond, Sean Connery is a great James Bond.
Yeah.
The movie's a little racist. We'll leave it there.
He's still the best James Bond.
Yeah. Very stereotypical casting in here.
Yes. Oh yeah.
That shit would not fly today.
No. You would not get Odd Job today or anything like that.
Yeah. But it's a product of its time.
It is. I don't see anybody going in and trying to cancel this or trying to change it. And because there was a discussion about rewriting Willy Wonka.
Yeah.
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
Willy Wonka's an American movie, though.
Yeah.
And this is a British movie.
Yeah. Oh, well, James Bond, yeah.
Yeah.
That was a whole requirement from Ian Fleming when he wrote the books and they were going to change them to movies. He goes, I have only one request, and that is that James Bond only be British actor. Period.
And I get that.
I think
that's maybe why they didn't try to cancel this. Because it's not American. And American is like cancel culture crazy.
That's interesting. So Evan says this is the weakest of the Sean Connery Bond films.
I enjoyed it. I really did.
I mean, it's not saying that it's the worst James Bond film, because as far as the Sean Connery films go,
see, I don't have them all. I just had whatever they came out in Steelbook.
Yeah, I don't know, Evan. Diamonds Are Forever takes the cake for me. As far as the Sean Connery, Diamonds Are Forever, yeah. I think that's kind of a toss up, but I mean, still, I think they're good anyway. Mm-hmm. I think they're all good. I mean, my least favorite Bond film, it's Roger Moore, and it's Octopussy.
I haven't seen that.
I was not a fan of that, but I loved A View to a Kill. So that's like top 5 James Bond films for me is A View to a Kill. And then, but my favorite is Tomorrow Never Dies. And again, Lucy Liu. But, so Pierce Brosnan, and I love Casino Royale. So every one of them kind of has a favorite for me.
Yeah.
But for me, it's Goldfinger. For Sean Connery, Goldfinger is my favorite.
I don't have that one either, so I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Oh, you got to see that, bro.
I know a bunch of them are on HBO Max now.
Yeah.
I'll have to go back and revisit those.
What? You don't like Bond dressed as a clown? No. No. Let's not do that.
Yeah. That's not very fun.
But yeah, I liked the George Lazenby one. Honor Majesty's Secret Service.
I really like that one.
The only one he did.
Yeah. And I was like, this dude was great. You have that Steelbook?
Yeah, I have the Steelbook.
Yeah, that's the one I have too. Yeah.
It was the first Bond Steelbook I bought because this one I need to have. It's the only one he did.
Mm-hmm. I bought the whole run, those Steelbooks they put out. And I wish they would have done more. Because those are great looking Steelbooks.
Yeah, I got this one from Zavi.
Yeah. Did you pre-order that Superman box set?
Nope. Nope. I'm gonna wait on it.
Yeah, here it's in an Amazon exclusive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta I really gotta watch myself. I spent way too much last year. So, you know,
Yeah.
I have a powerful need to stay married,
Yeah,
brother.
you do
So
have.
I'm gonna, I'm just gonna quit while I'm behind, and when she gives me permission, then I'll get stuff like that. But anyway, so
Yeah,
you
this
only live twice. Um, this was another one where you actually gave the ending a 9 and the story a 9.
I'm gonna tell you what I liked. I wish I'm looking at myself and kicking myself. I wish I would have scored it higher. Was the cinematography.
Oh, you gave the cinematography an
Yeah,
8.
I know. I'm just looking at I wish that was what I gave the highest mark because I thought this was a beautiful looking film. I
Cool. All
I know
right.
it's 1967, and but I just really like the way it looked. If that makes sense. I mean, all those them 60 they kind of look the same, but I don't know. This one just stuck out. I wish I would have scored it just a little bit higher. Kicking
Yeah.
myself.
Yeah. So, as Connery is Scottish, but does it count since British control Scotland? It counts because
It's
Scotland
Sean
is part
Connery.
of Great Britain. So British is not necessarily England. British is Britain. So that's Wales, Scotland, England.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, remember there's a difference between British actor and English actor. So at least that's how I interpreted it. But by British they mean all the British Isles, that whole group there. I think Ireland counts in there too. So speaking of which, what do you think of? It looks like Aaron Taylor Johnson is going to be the new Bond.
I saw that, but I won't believe it. I don't believe it. I've seen it in a couple spots.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they're ready to announce. Uh, unless I hear it from Deadline or Variety or the Hollywood Reporter. I find it hard to believe. I know there was rumor he talked to them. Um, I want Idris Alba to be the new Bond. That dude is just so badass.
I'd love to see Idris Elba do it.
Yeah.
I think he's getting up there in years though. So if he
But that's
does it,
okay. He doesn't need to do 6 movies. He could do two.
he
One or
could
two
do
movies.
2. I'd be fine with.
Yeah.
He could pull a Timothy
Really,
Dalton,
really.
do 2 movies and jump.
Mm-hmm. Because he does
Um,
Luther. It's kind of like the same thing.
I liked Luther. But
I've
yeah,
never.
Aaron Taylor Johnson, it just has him number 1 on the short list.
Yeah.
And then I don't know who Sam Hugan is.
Yeah, I don't know who that is either.
He looks familiar. And then of course Idris Elba is 3. Um, Lashana Lynch is 4, but she was already 007
Mm-hmm.
in No Time to Die. And then
And I
she
think that would
relinquished
be a
it
great
when it came back.
continuation.
I think that would be cool.
Mm-hmm. Because she
Tom
did a
Hiddleston is
fantastic
also
job.
in the talks. I think Tom Hiddleston would make a good Bond.
I'm kind of Tom
Um,
Hiddleston out.
I I don't know. I know Henry Cavill's out.
Yeah.
Um, he was my pick originally, but he didn't last very long. He's pretty much
He was
out of.
actually in the running with Daniel Craig. The
Yeah,
original casting, yeah.
I would have been totally cool with that.
Yeah. I'm a Henry
Uh,
Cavill fan, so I'll watch
yeah,
everything.
me too. I'm just, him getting, fired slash leaving The Witcher and then fired from the Superman
Mhm. Well, see,
from DC.
the way James Gunn made it sound, he was never rehired. Um, so
Yeah, so
yeah.
why have him do the end credit scene in Black
Mhm.
Panther, Black Adam?
That would have been amazing if he was in Black Panther. Would have made that movie a whole lot better.
I would have loved that if he was in Black Panther. Wakanda
Yeah.
Forever, Superman lands. Hey, what's up?
Yeah. Anyway, back to the movie.
Back to the movie. So yeah, You Only Live Twice. So yeah, we talked about anything that you didn't like in the movie.
Kind of.
You're pretty much, there's nothing lower than a 7 for you.
The thing we talked about it.
Yeah.
We said it's a product of its time.
Yeah.
Is the stereotype of certain races. But again, it's kind of a turnoff. I won't say a turnoff of the movie. It's just kind of cringy when you see it on screen.
Yeah, he said no because of the age and he doesn't want to do the training. I think he's talking about Idris Elba.
Oh, I don't blame him. Yeah.
I haven't watched any of the Bond films.
Oh, you're in for a treat.
Yeah, I absolutely. I don't know if you want to go beginning to end, but I would.
It's a lot of movies.
Yeah, it's a lot of movies. It's what, 25 or it's got to be more than that. 27?
I think 27. Like I think
they should do a No Name again. I wouldn't mind seeing that. I wouldn't mind
I've
getting
never seen it.
Where it's a No Name person as Bond. I think I would dig that.
I thought it was a movie. I wish that one guy would have done another one.
Yeah,
because he was fantastic.
George Lazenby was great.
Yeah, I don't know his name, but yeah, I really liked that.
Yeah, there was and I don't know if he got arrested or what the deal was, but there was something that happened to where he wasn't going to be able to do any more movies. And I thought he got arrested or did something wrong to where he could only do the one movie, or he himself was like, I'm only doing one movie.
See, I don't know the James Bond history. I really fell in love with James Bond with what's the one with Halle Berry?
Oh, Die Another Day.
Yeah, the movie's so stupid, but I love that movie. That was my first introduction to James Bond.
Yeah, like I said, Tomorrow Never Dies. It's not a very smart movie either. I mean, but I loved that, and Pierce Brosnan was my pick for James Bond.
I like him as James Bond
before Timothy Dalton. I wanted him in there instead of Timothy Dalton. But I liked Timothy Dalton's for what he did, even though he only did the 2 movies.
Mm-hmm.
But I liked that Bond character as a change of pace, and then they went back to the whole womanizing, because the whole thing was Bond was going to be monogamous, and that was the whole theme for Timothy Dalton. So yeah, well, Mika wants to go beginning to end. I think that's perfect. You should definitely do
There's
that.
A big box set.
Evan says that he should be Bond. His fake birth certificate says he was born in Ireland. Oh, that's great. You could definitely be a fake Bond.
Yeah.
There's a doc all about casting of Bond movies. He only did one because he overplayed his cards and bragged about stuff where studio was done with him. Yeah, the movie didn't perform as well. That's what I remember him getting in trouble. I couldn't remember what it was about, but I remember he got in trouble or something. So then he wasn't asked to come back. He wasn't allowed to do any more movies. Thanks, Evan. I appreciate that follow-up. Okay. So, where were we at? Let's talk about the budget. So the budget for this movie was $9.5 million. It made, and again, this was 1967 money. It made $111.6 million in the box office.
Okay, but didn't movies run longer?
Oh yeah, this movie probably ran for a year and a half.
Yeah.
It said, it usually says how many weeks it ran. Releases You Only Live Twice. Just says, but yeah, it doesn't really say how long it was out. Yeah, unfortunately. Sometimes it does. Box office, maybe there. Mm-hmm. Nope. Anyway,
Yeah.
not a big deal.
Well, you got loud there. Your volume like changed.
That's weird.
That was weird.
Yeah,
Oh.
no hint. Maybe I got too close to the mic, but I've been kind of sitting here. I don't know. Sometimes, at least the sound hasn't completely cut out or given us all those problems on Monday. Anyway, oh, my son gave us a like. Thank you very much, son. Love you.
Thank you.
All right. So going to the scores, You Only Live Twice. IMDb score 6.8, 112,000 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 74%, 53 reviews, 68% audience score for 50,000 plus ratings. You gave this movie a 79, and I gave it a 71 for a total average score of 75.
Do our scores, as we get further into the count, do they come together at all? Closer together?
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay, because our scores are kind of
our scores are kind of separated. Yeah, it usually doesn't happen. No, it usually doesn't happen. We're spread out quite a bit. But we're going. What we started with 57 was our lowest, and I think we go up to almost 90. So, all right. So let's motor along. Coming in at number 6, you were close. Number 6 is Zootopia.
Oh, I love this movie. I enjoy watching it. It's got my dude Jason Bateman.
Yeah,
I love this. I dug this a lot.
yeah. I had to pick this. I've seen this so many times in just the last few years because of my granddaughter.
Yeah, blame the grandchild.
Oh yeah, no, it's all her fault. But my daughter actually did a psychology paper in college on this movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Which was really interesting. It was a fun read. So, looking at Zootopia, I was like, I mean, yeah, this was my pick, and I think I beat you to the punch because we were both going to pick it.
That's the theme of this draft. It was like we were one-upping each other. Like, okay, fuck, you took this one.
Oh, damn it, you picked that, you bastard. Yeah. Until I got to Zathura, and you were like, oh, good, great, thanks. But anyway, so of course we were both at a 10 for the cast. There's an amazing group of people in this movie going,
there is.
From Idris Elba down to Shakira. There's just this eclectic group of people, Jason Bateman and as you were saying, but I thought that was, Nate Torrance, Jenny Slate, Bonnie Hunt, Tommy Chong, J.K. Simmons, Alan Tudyk, Octavia Spencer. It's really all over the place.
And
Jennifer Goodwin.
Done right. The casting doesn't take away.
Yeah.
Their voice. You know what I mean? We've talked about this numerous times where the actors take you out of the movie and it's not believable.
Yeah. Mika says, Zootopia is a fun watch. I really enjoyed this one. Favorite scene is the RMV with the sloths. Yes.
Yes, that is funny.
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it was totally funny. And then with the drag racing at the end, it's really funny. And another thing we watched recently. So with Zootopia, which is on Disney Plus, they have a series of short movies that go along with it. And these short movies are like little scenes that lead up to the scenes in the movie.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So there's a thing with the whole drag racing thing at the end with Flash, the sloth, and how he gets pulled over, where he goes out to dinner with the other girl from the RMV, the one that he told the joke to, and he proposed marriage to her. And it was like the whole thing, it was like super slow. So the waitress was trying to get him to order and get their food and leave so she can get to the table, but she couldn't. She ended up spending the whole night with just them trying to get their order done. And all this crap's happening. And then she was finally like, I'm going to have to kick you guys out. But then he proposed to the girl and she was like, oh my God, I can't do that now. And there's just the whole thing. And then it led to them being in the car and they were racing to get home because they had to get home fast, and they get pulled over, and then they did the whole scene where he's all
that's
Nick,
way to do
it. And then they showed the back seat and the girl was in the back seat. And I was just like, oh my God, that's totally funny. But they did that with a series of these short videos leading up to the scenes in the movie. And I thought that was really kind of neat how they did that.
Yeah, that's a good way to do that. These shorts. I know at the latest Disney investor call, they announced, I think it was announced a while back, but he reinforced that they are doing a Zootopia 2, which is kind of cool.
Oh, I'm down for that.
Me too.
I'm down for that. So yeah, I mean, we gave some high marks on this one, bro. So
yeah.
So your 10s came with the cast, the ending, and the wild card. Animated movie, we were both at a 10 for that. Cast, we were both at a 10 for that. But so what was it about the ending that you loved? Why'd you give that a 10?
I didn't give the ending a 10.
Oh no, I did.
Yeah, you did. Yes. I only gave a 10 to cast and wildcard.
Yep. No, I gave it a 9. I'm sorry. I was looking at another movie. My marker was in the wrong spot. So 10. Yeah, so we both gave 10 to cast and wildcard. I gave the ending a 9, you gave it an 8. So but yeah, no, I loved how it ended with the blueberries and the night howlers, and that the deputy mayor was the problem. And if I'm spoiling this for you guys, too bad.
Yeah,
you guys need to have seen this movie by now. But we both gave the acting a 9. We both gave the script a 9. We both gave the cinematography an 8. So I did like the artwork, and that's kind of where the cinematography comes again, is how they do the artwork and stuff. But the voice acting and the cast that they did, just top notch.
Yeah. I hope Pixar under Bob Iger gives back the creativity to Pixar and we get back to this.
Oh yeah.
Because I feel like under Bob Chapek, creativity got taken out of the hands of Pixar, and we got some crap. But I hope Pixar gets back on track and we get more movies like this. Because I miss movies like this from Pixar.
Me too. I haven't had a really good animated movie until Marcel the Shell with Shoes On.
Oh,
I just got to throw that out there. It's really good. Such a good movie.
Yeah.
So, so the budget on this one was $150 million, and this is from 2016. So it's 8 years old, 7 years old, 7 years old.
It seems older than that.
It does seem older than that. I must be because I've seen it so many damn times.
That's a beautiful looking steelbook too. Do you have the steelbook?
I do not have the steelbook. I have the Blu-ray. I would totally get that if I could. But get this, it made just over $1 billion in the box office.
It made $1 billion?
It made $1 billion. It just broke the $1 billion barrier.
I did not know that.
Yeah. It made
$1 billion club.
It made $1,2.4 million in the box office. Video sales, awesome. 111.7 million in video sales.
Wow.
IMDb gave this an 8.0. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 98% with 298 reviews, 92% audience score with 100,000 plus ratings. You gave this movie an 82. I gave it an 86 for a total average score of 84.
That's a good score. That was a really good score. You see, we're coming together a little bit more.
Now we're starting to come together.
Yeah.
Okay. Zootopia actually tied with another movie.
It did?
Yep.
Let me look. I like to play this game. I am going to go with Zodiac.
Bam. You got it. So it ties with Zodiac. Zodiac wins the tiebreaker because it has the highest of the lower score.
Yeah, I think this is the better movie.
I do think this is the better movie. I mean, I love Zootopia.
Yeah.
But Zodiac is a really good movie.
But look at your title. What's the name in the middle right there? Jake Gyllenhaal.
Yeah, as long as he's not doing anything animated.
Yeah, he sucks as an animated voice actor.
Yeah, because you need to see his face to
he's
get
fantastic in this. And
yeah, Robert Downey Jr. is amazing. Mark Ruffalo's in this too, right?
Yeah,
if I remember right.
I'm not a fan of him. I don't like Mark Ruffalo.
No,
but I think he does a good job in this.
I do like Ruffalo. I'm a fan of his. I think the only thing I don't like about this movie is it's just a little bit too long.
Oh yeah, it was 3 hours. It's almost 3 hours, right?
Yeah. Because Zodiac, it's 240. It's 2 hours and 40 minutes. And this was back in a time where the average movie was an hour and a half. This is from 2007. So, but it takes the number 5 spot. Because I really enjoyed this movie.
This is a David Fincher movie, right?
Yes, this is a David Fincher movie.
I think this is his best, in my opinion.
No, I got to go 7.
I
got to go 7 is my favorite.
Out of the two, I pick Zodiac because it's real, and to me that instills more fear. It makes I don't know. I like this one better.
Okay, I see your point.
But is this a better? I don't know how to put it.
For me, Zodiac and Nightcrawler are my favorite performances from Jake Gyllenhaal. Nightcrawler is great.
Oh,
we did review that too. Nightcrawler he did really good.
He's so creepy in that movie.
Yeah,
makes your skin crawl. How creepy he is.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So let's take a look at our scores for Zodiac. So for cast, we're both at a 10. So that's a given. This is the one where I gave the ending a 10. You gave it a 9. And then you were at a 9 for the story. I went 8. I had to drop a point because it was just a little bit too long for me. But I gave a 9 to the script and you went 8. And then we both went 9 for the director. Makes total sense. And we're both 10 for the wild card. It's a thriller. It's one of the better thrillers out there. Just an amazing film.
It's just so real. I mean, it is real, but I mean, the fear. I can't imagine living in that city at the time when this is happening.
Oh yeah,
I can't imagine the fear. Like people had. You just didn't know. Yeah.
Totally. Interesting enough, though, it did not make its money back in the box office.
Really?
It had an $85 million budget, and this was 2007, and made $83 million in the box office.
It's an 83.
83.
I wonder if it's the runtime. if word got out that this movie's long,
that it was going to be that long, but it made 21.4 million in video sales.
and it probably didn't get enough showings. You know, if it's being almost 3 hours long, you're not going to get as many showings in the theater.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, it said the average run was 4 weeks in the theater. Still need to see this one. Yeah.
Oh, you definitely need to see this.
I definitely watch this.
Yeah. This is a great movie.
Yeah. So IMDb gave this a 7.7. Over 500,000 reviews. Rotten Tomato critic score 90%, 263 reviews. Audience score 77%, over 250,000. So their IMDb and Rotten Tomatoes actually match on this one for the audience score. And that's a rare thing. For this one, we were both at an 84, which is why it takes the tie, because we both gave it an 84. So it takes the number 5 spot.
Okay. I lost my notes. This is a good movie.
It is.
Which version do you have?
I have the
Is it the letter one?
Yeah, the one that looks like a letter.
I like that. I like that slip.
Yeah, that's the one I have.
It's not. I don't have the slip for it, but I like the insert. How it looks like a handwritten letter.
Yeah,
I really like that one. I wonder if that's ever going to get a 4K.
Well, I wouldn't mind a 4K of that.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
I'd totally be down for that.
Mm-hmm.
Supposedly, one of his victims was killed at my community college.
Wow. You live in San Francisco? Oh, he must.
He must.
Yeah.
I do know he lives in California because we were talking about. Yeah, I think he said he lives in San Francisco in the Bay Area.
Yeah. I can't imagine.
It's interesting. Yeah, I just, of all things, because I lived in Washington State and I actually sat in the living room of the Green River Killer.
Oh, hell no.
Riverside City College. Yeah. But no, he was the Green River Killer was friends with my stepdad.
That's fucked up.
Yeah.
He's like one of the most prolific serial killers. It has the most body count or something.
Yeah, he killed 97 or something, like 100 people that we know of.
Yeah.
And he's claiming that he killed like 130 or something like that.
I believe it. I mean, if you flew under the radar that long.
Yeah. But yeah, speaking of living in fear up there, just, not knowing what and I had no idea that, at the time that he was the Green River Killer. I just know I was sitting in his living room and I have never felt more uncomfortable being in someone's house in my life.
Oh.
I was like, there is something wrong with this dude. I don't ever want to go back to this guy's house. Ever.
Didn't he prey on prostitutes though?
Yeah. But it's just, I don't know, just I get this general creepy feeling around him. He sat next to me and I had to get up. I couldn't.
Yeah,
nope.
No way.
And I was, I don't know what, 8 or 9, I think. It was just, did not feel right. And then when he finally got arrested and stuff, I saw the picture of him. I'm like, dude, I know that guy. I sat in his freaking living room.
Oh, damn.
Creepy.
Did Ted Bundy try to help catch the Green River Killer?
Yeah. Yeah, he tried to pull a Hannibal Lecter and, see if he could help.
Yeah.
Because, he wanted some of the fame to himself.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to number 4.
Okay, let's see if I'm right again.
Okay.
I am going to go with Zombieland.
First one or second one?
Oh, shit. First one.
Okay. Well, you'd be wrong either way. Coming in number 4 is Yesterday.
Oh, I wanted this to go higher. I fucking love this movie. I just love this movie. I hate the Beatles. I won't say I hate them. I take that back for anybody else.
I'm not a Beatles fan.
I'm not a Beatles fan. Okay, I don't like their music, but I love this movie, and I love the way he sings those songs. This movie, one of my favorites from 2019. If you haven't seen this movie, this movie's fantastic.
Yeah, I just happened to blind buy this on DVD, and I was like, man, I should have got the Blu-ray.
It's funny you say that because I keep looking at the 4K. I have the Blu-ray. Okay, do I need to upgrade this movie? I love this movie so much. Do I need to upgrade to the 4K? I keep debating.
Yeah, no, I think it's worth it for the music.
Yeah,
if they do the sound right.
I don't know if it's a Dolby Atmos or not.
Well, yeah.
Please, Mika, watch it. Do yourself a favor.
Yeah,
watch.
I know it's called Yesterday, but watch it tomorrow.
That's pretty good, Dave.
Thanks.
Well, that was pretty good.
But no, if you get a chance, it is definitely worth watching.
Mm-hmm.
It is such an amazing film,
and the acting is fantastic. I think.
Yeah,
I don't know how to say this guy's name.
The acting was good. This was I like Lily James.
Oh, I love
the girl in here. Because I remember watching this and I was like, wait, is that the chick from Pride and Prejudice and Zombies? And I was like, oh yeah, it's Lily James. And then we're talking about it. And I was like, I don't know, it was really cool. But yeah, I blind bought it on DVD. It was, one of those, I think it was the last Black Friday sale from Walmart that I actually got something decent. And it was $5. And I was like, yeah, I'll go ahead and get it because people were raving about it and I hadn't bought it. So I watched it and I was like, oh man, so good. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah.
So speaking of which, looking at our scores, but yeah, it's just, I was kind of surprised it only took the 4th spot. And
I thought
I gotta say what did it for me is the cast. Unfortunately, I did not recognize a lot of the cast.
Yeah.
So
I gave it an 8.
Yeah, you gave it an 8. I gave it a 4.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because I was like, Lily James, I think was the only one I knew. And then there was a couple people I was like, oh, I kind of know that person's face, and I know that person's face, but but I went 10 for the acting because I thought the acting was brilliant.
I went 9.
You went 9, but you went 10 for the ending and the story.
Mm-hmm.
And I did go 9 for the ending and 10 for the story.
Yeah.
And then, of course, we were both at a 10 for the music. And
I'm
not a Beatles fan either, but the music is so good.
Yeah.
In this, the way that he does it, because it's all solo and I dug the music. I dug it the way he did.
I love that scene where he's sitting at the piano trying to play for his parents. And they keep fucking interrupting him. And he gets so agitated. Yeah, I love that scene. Or when he's sitting after he gets out of the hospital, spoilers, after he gets out of the hospital and he plays some chords on the guitar. And you're like, oh my God, that was beautiful. And he's like, did you write that? And he was like, no.
No, it's Paul McCartney.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but that's in the trailer. So
yeah.
So that's not too much of a spoiler.
And the movie's old enough, 2019.
2019, yeah, it's 4 years old. Come on.
Yeah.
Crawl out from under your rock, people, and watch this.
Yeah.
Poor Mika's over there. I haven't seen it yet. Stop spoiling it for me. I can hear it. Mika's yelling at me with her mind. But no, yeah, it's really good. So let's take a look at the budget. As we talked about, it's by the numbers. That means we look at the numbers. I did not get a budget for this. I couldn't find it, but I did find that it made 154.7 million in the box office and 7.6 million in video sales. Well deserving. I don't think the production budget on it was more than 25 million.
I bet you the most they paid for was probably the music rights. I bet you that's probably
the Beatles music rights. That's probably what cost them the most money. Okay, so maybe it probably cost them $50 million because they had to buy all the music rights to that.
$40 million for just the music,
just the music, and then $10 million for the stage and the lights and stuff. IMDb shockingly gave this a 6.8.
What?
157,000 reviews. 6.8. I thought it was that's really low.
Yeah.
And then I looked at Rotten Tomatoes. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 63% with 364 reviews. I don't know what these guys were expecting, but the audience score, and this is 10,000 plus reviews, 89%. And I'm like, okay, that's closer to what I would have expected.
Yeah.
And I think I don't think it was nominated for an Oscar, but it did get.
I don't think it was.
Yeah, nothing really major. But I thought for sure that it was nominated for best music
studio
or editing or something, but it wasn't.
Getting sued for this movie because they showed Dakota Fanning in the trailer and she's not in the movie at all. They cut her scene.
Oh,
not Dakota Fanning, but the girl from 50 Shades.
Oh, Dakota Johnson.
Yeah, I think that's where this lawsuit for movie companies lying in trailers, and there being a lawsuit. I think it's this movie. I could be wrong. Because I think the original trailer, she's in it, and then she never appears.
Yeah, the one where she's on James Corden or whatever, and he sings the song, does a song right there for her.
Yeah, I think that's it.
With Dakota Johnson, and then she kisses him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Evan's back.
Oh, what's up, Evan? I'm glad you're back.
We didn't even know you were gone, brother, but I'm glad you're back. But we did miss you. Even though we didn't know you were away, we still missed you. So yeah, we're on number 4.
Mm-hmm.
And okay, so our score, so I get 6.8 from IMDb, 63% Rotten Tomatoes critics, 89% audience score. You gave this an 89. I gave it an 80. Total average score 84.5.
Oh wow, we're apart there a little bit. 10 points. Just about.
And we're 9 points difference.
Yeah.
It's my new all-time favorite since 2020. I've seen this movie 26 times.
I don't know how many times I've seen it either. Oh, dude, this movie's so good.
I've probably seen this 3 times, counting just recently. But I really enjoy it. It's a really good movie.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the Invention of Lying, and although that's a straight up comedy with Ricky Gervais, it's kind of the same type of thing, to where lying isn't a concept. So he's lying and everybody believes him, and so he gets away with all this crap. And it kind of reminds me of this.
Well, I can see that. I can definitely see
that. Anyway, so let's move on to number 3.
You ruined my day, David.
Sorry, bro.
Zombieland. Has to be.
And you're gonna go 1 again, right?
Yeah, I'm going 1.
Okay. Well, you know how I like to change things up.
Mm-hmm.
So our number 3 movie is Zombieland 2.
Oh, damn it. Yeah. This is just as good as the first.
I don't agree, but I do like it. I did enjoy it quite a bit. But I did like the first one better.
I love the opening. We'll get to that when we get to the first one.
Yeah. Oh yeah, when we get to the first one, it's got one of the best opening credits scenes ever. So
this one did the same for me. I mean, it's to me, it's a cut and paste movie, and that's not a bad thing.
Yeah.
I mean, they didn't need to reinvent the wheel with Zombieland 2. Just give me more of what the first one was in a fleshed out world.
Yeah, I get that. I don't know. I didn't care for the story as much. I loved the trailer. I think it's probably trailer of the week for me.
Yeah.
So plot we gave a 10. Cast we're both at a 10 because it's got even more people in here. It's got Rosario Dawson and Luke Wilson, and then whoever that cheeseball is, that tries to be Jesse Eisenberg.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then here's the thing: what kind of did me in was the story, and you gave the story a 10, but I actually gave it a 6, and this is where, I think this is where our biggest separation is. And my thing was, I did not like the whole dynamic with the second group and how they're like mirror images of them, and they're trying to do the same thing, and then the whole stupid thing with Abigail Breslin and running off and stuff like that. And I wasn't a fan of that. I think just another team would have been great. They didn't have to be the same. And I don't know if this is based on a comic book series or a graphic novel. I think it is, or isn't it?
Mm-mm.
Okay. It seems like it's based on a graphic novel to me. And maybe that's because I'm reading Walking Dead. Yeah. But
it's not.
It's not. Okay. But anyway, so that's kind of the impression that I got. Was there some kind
visuals
of
it? The visuals of the first one, when you see the pop-up words and stuff, and the kills of the week or kills of the month, whatever they are, the way they present it on screen is very comic booky. So
very comic booky.
Where you can get that from?
Yeah, kind of like where they introduce the guys and stuff like that, and then kind of like Red, how they did Red. I know Red's based on a comic book, but
comic book.
So yeah, well, Mika sold it for her to watch yesterday, so I hope you have a fun time with it. Such a sweet movie. It's just what I need for 2020 and 2021. Mika prefers the first Zombieland. I agree. Never seen any Zombieland. Not big into zombies. Never seen Walking Dead. I did like World War Z. Okay.
You said okay in a certain way.
I think it's time for intervention on Evan. No, absolutely. It's totally fine. I am a huge zombie movie fan.
Me too.
And I liked World War Z, but I didn't love it. And but I really dug. I liked both Zombielands, and this is where you get the comedy. Shaun of the Dead is the marker for zomcoms or zombie comedies. So Shaun of the Dead is a marker, and I think Zombieland is a close second for me.
I would 100% agree with that. 100% agree.
But yeah, and Zombieland 2, I dig it. I would, but yeah, it just plays like a comic book series or a graphic novel to me. And yeah, I didn't like the other team. I didn't think that had to be that way.
See, I liked it. They weren't there long.
Yeah,
they were just there. Excuse me. They I liked them. It made me chuckle.
Yeah, I think they could have taken it out. I liked Rosario Dawson in it. I totally dug that.
Rosario Dawson and everything.
I love Rosario Dawson. I liked Rosario Dawson in Clerks, and I don't like Clerks. But I think she was just in 2 and 3, right? That's what I remember.
2 and 3,
yeah. But I liked her in 3. I absolutely dug her in 3. So, gosh, I'm just, I don't know. I'm feeling this one, but I think it deserves the 3rd place. I think the first one's better, and I'm not too disappointed that it's here. Only that I think yesterday should have been above it, and that's partly my fault because of how we scored them.
Damn you, Dave.
Damn it. but not by much, because, and we'll get to that in a second. So, because it's partly your fault too, bro. So, Zombieland 2 had a budget of $48 million, and this is 2019, another 2019 movie.
Yeah.
Made 125.2 million in the box office, 16.6 million in video sales. IMDb gave this a 6.7, 184,000 ratings. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 68% for 259 reviews. Audience score 88% with 10,000 plus ratings.
Did you see this in theaters?
Yes.
See, I had a blast watching this in theaters.
I had so much fun watching this theater. I watched the first one in the theater too, though.
Me too.
I wasn't even playing with that. So you gave Zombieland a 92. 3 points higher than yesterday. Than you gave yesterday.
Really?
Yes. I gave Zombieland 2 an 81, 1 point higher than yesterday. Total average score 86.5.
That's still a great score.
Still a great score, but it takes the number 3 spot.
Yeah. I'm happy with that.
Evan says it's always Turner's fault.
Yeah, you're right.
This is what we have learned so far for the series.
You're absolutely right, Evan.
If there is one thing you learn, it's always Turner fans' fault.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, so we're getting into our top 2.
Yeah.
Do you want to predict what takes the number 2 spot?
Zombieland.
Or do you want to predict the winner?
I'm gonna go with Zombieland number 2.
Zombieland number 2. Incorrect. Zero Dark 30 takes the number 2 spot.
This movie to me is damn near perfect for this type of movie. I love this movie. Okay, wait a minute. Before we get to this, did you watch your 4K of this?
Yes.
How is it?
Oh, it was really good, bro.
Because I think this is on sale still, and I'm thinking,
yeah,
I keep looking at it.
Because I got it. I grabbed it for $17.99.
I think that's what it is now. Or $16.99.
Yeah, it was well worth it.
Oh, this movie's fantastic.
It's really good. The only thing is I don't get a slipcover with it.
Right. I have the original Best Buy Steelbook. That looks like a drone footage.
Oh, nice.
Well, let me grab it real quick. Let me see. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah.
Nice.
It's like an aerial view.
Yeah. So, Dolby Atmos, bro.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
I might have to get that because I got a couple movies on my cart. I'm still they got Nope on sale for $14.99.
I did get the 4K of that. It's good.
It's the 4. So now you kind of have me worried. Should I stick with the Blu-ray or the 4K?
No, I mean I think the quality of the 4K is good. It's more the movie.
Oh, okay, I see. I think we talked about this before.
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Jordan Peele.
I like him too. I don't know. I think his movies have gotten worse for me over time. I really liked Get Out.
Oh, Get Out.
I liked Us, and Nope is okay. That's kind of where I am. I'm afraid that I was really looking forward to Nope because I was like, oh, I wanted an alien
movie.
Yeah, I wanted something like that. And I don't know, it just didn't. It was good. I enjoyed it, but yeah, it just didn't.
Because I think he shot himself in the foot, really. When he
did the M. Night Shyamalan, and he knocked a home run with Get Out. Everybody's expecting more home runs.
Yeah.
And M. Night did the same thing with Sixth Sense. He scores a home run, and everybody expects the same thing, out of the park every time.
Doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't. Mika says Zero Dark 30 is a great film. Catherine Bigelow is one of my favorite directors.
She is great.
When she kicked James Cameron's ass with the Hurt Locker over Avatar, I laughed my ass off. I thought that was the funniest thing. I was sitting there watching the Oscars just laughing.
Because Hurt Locker came out and then she did Zero Dark 30, right?
Yeah.
She jumped from there to this.
Yeah.
And oh man, she just, this movie is fantastic. I love this movie. I wanted this to be the number one. It's
really good.
I'm disappointed that this is a number one.
I'm sorry that you're disappointed, bro. I hate to ruin everything. Considering you actually, hold on. Yeah, no, you actually scored your the number one and number two movies. You gave the same score.
Oh, did I really?
Yeah, the number 3 movie you gave the highest score. So Zombieland 2, you gave a 92.
I don't ever pay attention. You know what I mean?
I know well, that's the thing. We score the 10 aspects and we don't pay attention to what the total is. And then I was going to say something. I rub myself and I do the math because I love doing math. And then I was, wow, we gave it that score? Crazy. And and that's how we do this, which is, I think it's kind of cool that way because we're like, oh no. Because if you were to say, okay, give me a number between 1 and 100, what would you give Zombieland 2? If I asked right now without knowing what you gave it before, if I had you score it on a 100-point scale, what would you give Zombieland 2 right now?
85.
See?
Yeah.
Yeah, and I probably give it an 80. And then, but we do the 10 aspects.
Yeah.
And then total up because we're looking at everything instead of just scoring it based on, what we thought of the movie. I rub myself and do the math.
Right. Dave After Dark. Return.
Dave After Dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Hold on. I can do that.
Dave's getting to be in here. Copyright.
I sure turn the other light off and it's all just red.
You just need protractors and stuff.
Hold on. Welcome to Dave After Dark, where I rub myself and do math.
Oh, jeez. Then here comes the porn box.
And here comes the porn box. Dave's feeding the ducks. That's the title of the song.
Dave's having way too much.
I'm having way too much fun. Well, this is about to get. All right. That's enough of that. That's enough fun for one evening. Well, on camera, anyway. All right. Rub that math down. Multiplication. But we will not get censored because it's 18 and over on the 4K lowdown. So
there's a lot of 10s in this one for me.
There's a lot of 10s in this one. So your 10s are cast, acting, ending, story, direction.
Mm-hmm.
My 10s are cast and story. But then I've got a shitload of 9s.
Oh, okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So yeah, it's 10, 9, 8, 8, 10, 9, 8, 9.
Yeah.
except music. Music, we're both at a 5 because I'm like, I didn't hear anything really with the music, with the soundtrack. We're both at a 9 for the wild card. But yeah, this is a good movie. I don't know why I didn't already have this in my collection.
Yeah,
but I'm really glad. But I'd already seen it.
But you had that Zaruthra, whatever that was called.
I had Zathura. Yeah, I have Zathura. You know, and I have Princess Bride. I have a whole bunch of copies of Princess Bride. Yeah, I think I don't know what it was that I didn't buy it. I think it was too expensive or I couldn't get it at the time. It's from 2012. I know I saw it because again, it was, you know, at the video shop that I worked at, and I'd watched it before it came out and said, okay, yeah, we need like 12 copies of this. Small town, so it's not a blockbuster. We don't get like 150 copies of the movie.
And I also think this movie it wouldn't appeal to like a mass audience. You know what I mean? Like a mom and or like
it's not a family film.
Yes.
It is definitely not a family film. So the budget on this was $52.5 million. And again, this is 2012. It made $134.6 million in the box office. And that was 2.6 times its budget.
Yeah, almost 3 times.
Yeah. Its average weeks in the box office was 6.5. So 6.5, 7 weeks. Made $14.9 million in video sales.
Yeah.
IMDb gave this a 7.4. Excuse me. Rotten Tomatoes critics score 91%, 309 reviews. Audience score 80% with 100,000 plus reviews. You gave Zero Dark 30 a 90, and I gave it an 85 for a total score of 87.5.
Another great score. You have to see this movie if you guys haven't seen it.
18 and over age. We're definitely not talking maturity.
Yeah, no, maturity is more like 10.
No.
Yeah, because Dave was talking poo and he's making me chuckle.
I was talking poo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, poo scenes and rubbing myself and doing math. We've got all types here.
I'm telling you, dude, you're gonna love Babylon's opening scene.
I'm
telling you.
I'm excited to see it now. I was excited to see it in the beginning. So
I watched it last night. I really liked it. It's long.
Yep. StreamYard, man, such weird songs, right? They've got some weird stuff in there. And I found that Feeding the Ducks, and I was like, that sounds just like a porno movie. And not that I watch porno, but that sounds just like a porno movie. So I was like,
we're not judging here.
No judgment. All movies are subjective, including porno.
Shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna give the acting a 1, but for the cast, that's gonna be a 1 because I don't know anybody. But for cinematography, whoo, that's gonna be a 2. But the music, that's got to be a 9. A 9 for the music. I'm completely losing my mind.
Did she get nominated for an Oscar for this one too?
Oh, there was definitely Oscar nominations here. Would she get nominated for? So it won for sound editing. It was nominated for Best Picture, Best Actress, Original Screenplay, and Film Editing, but it didn't win any of those. It only won for sound editing.
That's too bad. Because Jessica Chastain, fucking fantastic.
Yeah, she's great in this. Absolutely.
She's another actress. I mean, every performance she has, she does really good. Have you seen Molly's Game?
Yes.
Oh, she's fantastic in that too.
Yeah, she has another
Oh,
one. Have you seen? Oh, yeah, I have not seen that.
Oh man, I need to add that to collection. I love that movie.
Yeah, I have not seen that.
Andrew
But
Garfield's even fantastic.
she did a one-woman army movie called Ava, and it is really good.
Yeah.
Colin Farrell's in it, John Malkovich. It's
Mm-hmm.
really good. Where she's an assassin. I dug that a lot, and I loved her in The Martian.
Oh yeah, I forgot she was in
that. What is the length rating?
that.
That would be 18. Molly's Game was great.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, Molly's Game was. I really like Molly's Game. I don't think I own it though. I know I've seen it.
Yeah, I have it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember how I watched it. Anyway, all right, so let's move on. We got our number one. We're 2 hours in. I think this is a record for us.
Yeah.
So our number one, of course,
Zombie.
now that we've eliminated everything else, whatever is left, however improbable must be the truth, and Zombieland takes our number one spot. Why? Because that's how it happened.
It's the rules.
That's the rules. We score them. We score them how we see them, and then I do the math.
Has probably one of the best opening scenes for a movie in a long time. You get Metallica. You get the rules. In the way, like David said, you thought it was made from a comic book. You get the rules popping up and leaving the screen in creative ways. Yeah. Rule number one, cardio, double tap.
Seatbelts, double taps.
Yeah.
A
very innovative way.
I totally dug that.
Just set the bar.
Yeah. Evan says Sloane is good too. Sloane is really good. But yeah, I haven't been disappointed in any of Jessica Chastain's work. I've liked most of her movies. I can't think of anything off the top of my head where she was not good in.
Yeah.
All right. So looking at our Zombieland scores, your 10s were cast, plot, again, best trailer, story, and wild card. My 10s were cast, plot, ending, music, and wild card. But you were at a 9 for music. You were at a 9 for ending. I was at an 8 for the story. So we were like right there.
Yeah.
All the way through. But yeah, when you get that opening scene, and For Whom the Bell Tolls plays, and they're knocking the credits off with the bullets and the zombies and the stuff, and there's naked woman chasing after a dude, and there's a dude on fire. There's a dude on fire chasing after. I was like, that is awesome. That's probably my favorite opening credit scene of all time.
It's fantastic.
It is. It's absolutely amazing.
It's
I watched
than
that
Star Wars Crawl.
Yeah, I watched that in the theater. When I watched that for the first time, I was pumped. I was ready to watch this movie. And then you get a little Amber Heard in the beginning.
Oh yeah, the victim
where she turns into a zombie, and
before she shits on it.
Before she takes the toilet to the head, and then she shits the bed. But it's amazing. So the budget on this movie was $23.6 million. It made $102.2 million in the box office, $54 million in video sales. Yeah. IMDb gave this a 7.6 with almost 600,000 ratings. Rotten Tomato critics score 89%, 259 reviews, 86% audience score with 250,000 plus reviews.
That's good.
It is. It's really good. Um, so you gave this a 90 and I gave it an 89, taking our top spot with an 89.5.
Yeah.
Yeah, Zombieland is a good one. Zombie films are my favorite horror subgenre, and the film was a great installment. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
I am a paranormal fan. As far as horror movie goes, I like the possession movies. I think those are my favorite. But I am a huge zombie movie fan. I probably have 200 zombie films
Did you see
in my
that new
collection.
Possession trailer for with Russell Crowe? I forget what it's called.
Oh, shoot, I was talking about that. I was talking about that yesterday. In fact, I was on Playtendo Guys live stream yesterday in the UK. Can't remember the name of the movie.
Called.
But yeah, Russell Crowe's doing it.
Yeah.
And I did see the trailer for it. But yeah, I can't remember the name of it off the top of my head.
I don't know what it's called. But man, we have some great movies in this. Minus the three ending, the last three.
Minus the bottom three, and then
bottom.
I did not like Young Adult, but it was, it checks boxes. So
yeah, potatoes. Yeah, that should be a new award category for the Lowdown Awards. The Potato Salad Award.
The Potato Salad Award, where it has all the ingredients, but just didn't turn out very well.
Yeah,
that's pretty interesting. I'm digging that one. Oh, The Pope's Exorcist. That's what I looked at from.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
Yeah. I saw the trailer for that, and yeah, the guys aren't liking it too much, and I'm like, I'll watch it. That looks like something I'll see.
Yeah.
But all right, that's our show.
Yeah,
what do you think, brother?
I like the bottom 5 movies. I'm happy for the most part.
Yeah.
I wanted Zero Dark 30 because I think they had a better impact film quality wise.
Yeah. I think rewatchability, though. I think Zombieland should be in the top spot because I've probably seen that 50 times, and I've probably seen Zero Dark 30 maybe twice, 3 times.
I've seen it 3 times in the
last I do think Zero Dark 30 is the better film, and probably should be in the top spot.
But you're right too with rewatchability.
Yeah. That's got to be something we account for is rewatchability, and we do score the wild card, which is based on the genre, and it does get a really good score. Where we gave Zero Dark 30 a 9 as a thriller, we gave Zombieland a 10 as a zombie comedy. So, and then your highest score was Zombieland 2 at 92. So that's, I think yesterday belongs in the 3rd spot, and then I probably would have been Zero Dark 31, Zombieland 2 yesterday, and then Zombieland 2 as number 4. That would have been how I would do it. Everything else is pretty much right though. Zodiac, Zootopia. I probably would have taken Young Adult, thrown it in the trash, but it did take the number 8 spot.
Yeah.
I did think it was better than Zack and Miri. So sure, put it in the countdown. But I liked Young Guns better than Young Adult. So go figure. All right. So that is it.
So what do you got coming up?
So let's see. Tomorrow I have Spirits with Spirits. Where we are going to talk about Harrison. Good list, guys. Good to see all your ducks in order. All of our ducks are in a row. And I rub myself and do math.
Thank you, Mika.
Thanks, Mika.
We really appreciate it. We appreciate everyone. Thank you for taking 2 hours.
Thank you guys for stepping in. We had up to, I think, 9 was our highest count at one time. So thanks you guys for sticking with us.
Yeah, we really appreciate it.
But yeah, so tomorrow, Spirits with Spirits, we're going to talk about haunted locations in Alaska. So that's going to be fun.
I have an uncle that lives up there.
My brother did. I think he once he retired from the Coast Guard, he and his wife moved to Idaho. So they're in Idaho now. But I actually went to Juneau one summer for my wife's and my anniversary, and we went in a cabin on the lake and went fishing and did stuff, and it was fun. We had a blast. Anyway, next Monday we have By the Numbers, where we are going to look at Babylon, Emancipation, There's Something Wrong with the Children, Viking Wolf, and Lou. And that's at 7 p.m. Pacific, 9 Central, 10 Eastern.
Yeah.
And definitely have to check out the podcast. Sounds great. Thank you, Mika. I hope you do. It's on YouTube. It's at Spirits with Spirits, or you can also find us on Scare Network TV. If you have a membership to there, it's a paranormal streaming service that does a lot of paranormal documentaries, true crime stuff.
And it's worth the $6.
Classic horror movies, thrillers, and they keep adding content. So it's scarenetwork.tv. It's $4.99 a month or $40 for a year. And
yeah, whatever it is, it's worth it.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun. But yeah, if you check out the podcast, we will be live streaming at 7 p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern tomorrow night. And we're going to talk about 3 haunted locations in Alaska. So we alternate. We talk about haunted locations, and then the following week we talk about cryptids. So yeah, that's been a lot of fun.
You got any unboxings, any town hall meetings?
Yes, I have an unboxing and town hall coming also tomorrow. So after I'm done with the live stream, I record that and drop it. So yeah, I got a new TV series. Well, old TV series, but I got the complete series of something that I wanted to show off, and then got some stuff in the mail today. So I can't wait to open that stuff.
Oh, awesome.
What about you, brother? What do you got going on?
Me and my daughter, she wanted to do a new series, talking shark movies. That's both hers and I's favorite genre of film, shark movies. So we're going to take the task of watching all shark movies and just giving our thoughts. We recorded our first video last night. We didn't have a name yet, but we got a name thanks to somebody who's the name master, the name wizard. So yeah, that be dropping probably next week. And then I'm doing a video on my movie collection challenge. It's not really a challenge. I don't know why I say challenge. It's just a challenge for me. I started with my numbers, and I'm making my way through my whole collection alphabetically just to see how long it takes me. It'll probably take me years, but I started in 2023. I'm just going to see how long it takes me. And that's really all I have. And maybe sneak in a What Am I Watching, Dad episode by the end of next week. But that's it.
Nice. Yeah, I look at my collection. I'm like, I want to maybe try to do what Rich is doing and go through the whole thing. And then it's going to take me 20 years to go through my entire collection.
Just do your 4K like you said you were going to do.
Yeah, I still haven't started that, but I just want to do all my 4Ks, and just watch them and score the transfers, the ones that I haven't done. And because I have a lot of 4Ks that I just haven't had a chance to watch yet, because I'm just like, I know I'm going to want it. So I just get it. And, but I got Zero Dark 30 down. So I only have 399 to go. And, but with all the other movies that we watch, I don't have a lot of time to watch.
Because of course we have all the shows to watch or movies to watch for By the Numbers, which is five movies a week.
Yeah. We do 5 movies a week.
Our Alphabet Soup one. Yeah. Or Sesame Street.
Alphabet Soup. I like that. We should have done that. But Sesame Street, that works too.
But yeah, it's hard to squeeze movies in just for like, oh, I want to check this out for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But hey, it's still watching movies.
We're still watching movies. We're still talking about them.
Mm-hmm. I hope you get to enjoy Babylon. I really, really liked it.
Yeah, I'll probably check it out this weekend for sure.
Definitely do.
And then
don't watch it with your grandchild around.
Nah, well, she probably won't pay attention anyway. But her bedtime's at 8 o'clock, and Grandpa gets to watch what he wants to watch at 8:01. So
yeah, I understand that.
All right, let's get out of here, bro. Anything else we want to talk about before we bail?
Thank everybody, of course, for joining us. Go check out the podcast on Spotify and hit the like and subscribe. That's it.
Yep. Thank you so much, everybody. I just put it on the chat too. I really appreciate you joining us. Hopefully, stick with us on Monday for By the Numbers. And then next month, we're going to do our top 10 list, starting with the letter U. Speaking of which, did you want to draw our next letter?
Let's do it. Let's do it. Now that we got most of the shitty letters out of the way.
I think so. I think we got all the shitty letters out of the way. I just got to remember where I put the bag.
David lost his bag.
I lost my sack.
Yeah, sometimes these movies have been tough. Oh, he's found it.
I found my sack. It was in my drawer.
They don't look very.
It doesn't look good doing that.
No.
Okay, I take that back. We might not have gotten rid of all the bad letters. So our next letter is V.
Why, David? Why?
I don't know. It's what it draws out of the. It's. I stuck my hand in my sack, and that's what came out.
And you pulled out your V.
I pulled out my V.
Man, hold on. I have to check something real quick. I'm just doing something. I'm checking my. Oh man, dude, you're fired for picking the numbers or the letters.
I know. I shouldn't do that anymore.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, there you go, guys. In 2 months,
Before I go,
yeah.
I'm gonna leave you guys. We're gonna say goodnight. You guys have a great week. Blessings to you. Take care. And hopefully we'll see you next week for By the Numbers on Monday. Be safe, everybody.
See you guys.